everyone. This is Kruti Jaipancholi, Assistant Professor in LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. This video is about subject Digital Image and Video Processing. So friends, in the last video, you learned about the various things related to the video processing. In this video, we are going to discuss regarding video segmentation, short boundary detection, hard cuts and soft cuts, and spatial segmentation. So these are the points for today's video. So friends, we are going to discuss regarding video segmentation. Very first, what is the segmentation? So segmentation, that is the procedure of dividing the video into the number of parts. So we are discussing regarding first of all the short boundary. So question is, what is the video short? The video short, that is the basic unit of a video and a sequence of frames captured by the single camera in a single continuous action. So would be considered as a video short. So now the sequence of frames are there with a particular video. Now the different production styles are there for the short boundaries. So we need to first of all detect the certain changes which would be discussed as a cuts. Gradual scene transition, fade out, fade in, and transition from a picture into a black or vice versa, which we have discussed in the scanning portion. So now in the short boundary, which will dissolve the fade transition from the picture 1 to picture 2. It wipes, that is the right to left transition from the picture 1 to the picture 2. Domain specific spatial effects that could be also provided into the picture boundary. The sports broadcast that can be also done using the sports boundary. Now in the short boundary detection, we need to calculate the time series for the dissimilarity feature values. So now for the particular frame K, which would be denoted by the f of K, in that we need to find out the pixel difference. We can also find out the histogram difference. We can also find out the age difference. So these are the three different techniques are there. By using it, we can detect the short boundary. So now the compressed domain method. Now in that the DC images are there. Now we need to pick the cut positions by thresholding the frame FA. Then we need to find out the global thresholding value and the adaptive thresholding value in this compressed domain method. Now in the pixel of the block difference, what is this? So now if the predetermined number of pixels exhibit the differences larger than the threshold value, then that particular the video frame, in that the cut can be declared. Now pixel difference method, that is sensitive to noise or the compression artifacts. So this is about the pixel and block difference. Now here in the diagram you can see that particularly the frame number 1 and the frame number 2 that are shown. Now the frame number 1, in that the particularly pixel value we are considering it is the x1, x2, okay, and for the frame K, okay, we are also taking the 1 pixel value. So now here the frame K minus 1 and the frame K. Now we need to find out the difference between the 2 pixel value for finding out the particular difference. So this way you can say that how many blocks are different in the subsequent frames. Okay, so from the difference we can identify the difference between the two particular frame. So block difference method, which is very sensitive to presence of the camera motion. If the camera motion that is changed, then again this difference that would be found in the calculation of this pixel difference. So now a more robust approach, that is what? So it is to divide each frame into the rectangular blocks, okay, and compute the statistics of each block, such as we can find out the mean, you can find out the variance for separate frame, okay, and then check the count of the blocks with the changing the statistics again the threshold, and we can find out the difference in the subsequent frames. So this is about the detection. Now the short boundary detection, hard cuts and the soft cuts. Now a video or a film that is completely and disjointly segmented into the sequence of scene. As we know that while we watch the particular movie, okay, too many scenes are there. Now how we can process this? So they all are the disjointly segmented, and what we need to do? We need to process them separately. Then we need to join it all the shots, and we can see the particular movie. So this way the subsequently segmented into a sequence of the shots, okay, that can be done. So a scene that are also known as the story units are a concept that is much older than the motion pictures, ultimately originating in the theater. So this the thing, okay, that can be used, okay, for processing this. Traditionally a scene is a continuous sequence that is a temporally and the spatially cohesive in the real world, but not necessarily the cohesive in the projection of the real world on the film. On the other hand, the shot originate with the invention of the motion cameras, and which are defined as the longest continuous sequence that originates from the single camera take, which is what the camera images in an uninterrupted run. Now, in general, the automatic segmentation of a video into a scene ranges from the very difficult to intractable. On the other hand, the video segmentation into shots is both exactly defined and also characterized by distinctive features of the frame stream itself. So this is because video contains within a short tends to be continuous due to the continuity of both the physical scene and the various parameters like the motion, then the zoom, okay, so that can be considered. Now therefore, in the principle, the detection of a shot that changes between the two adjacent frames simply requires to compute an appropriate continuity or similarity metric. However, this simple concept has three major components. So now, in the principle, the detection of the shot between the two adjacent frame that can be done by the three major complications. Now, what are these three major complications? The first major complication, that is the cuts. Now, how about the cuts? The first and the most one that will be defined as the continuity metric for the video in such a way that it is insensitive to gradual changes in the camera parameter, lighting and the physical scene content, and it is easy to compute and discriminate enough to be useful. The second parameter, okay, now in that cut, the way, okay, that is to extract one or more scalar or vector features from each frame to define the distance functions on the feature domain. This kind of the feature that can be used for the clustering the frames into the shots, okay, or for detecting the shot transition parameters. Now, the second complication, that is deciding which value of the continuity metric corresponding to the shot change and which do not. So now, this is not the trivial. The feature variation with a certain shots, okay, can exceed the respective variation across the shots, and decision method that can be used, okay, and which will be used the fixed thresholding and the adaptive thresholding method, as well as the statistic detection method for finding the value. The third complications and the most difficult to handle, it is the fact that not all shot changes are abrupt. By using the motion picture terminology, changes between the shots can belongs to the following categories. The cut. This is the classic abrupt change case where one frame belongs to the disappearing shot and the next onto the appearing shot. So this is the cut. Second is the dissolve. What is it? In this case, the last few frames of the disappearing shot temporarily overlap with the first few frames of the appearing shot. So during this overlap, the intensity of disappearing the shots decreasing from normal to 0, which will be fade out, while that of the appearing next time, okay, so this could be considered as the fade. So here the first of the disappearing shot fades out into a blank frame, and the blank frame fades into the appearing shot. So this is about the following points. The fourth is the while. This is actually a set of shot change technique where the appearing and the disappearing shots coexist in the different spatial regions of the intermediate video frames, and the region occupied by the former grows until it entirely replaces the later. So the last one is the other transition type. There is a multitude of the inventive spatial effects techniques used in the motion pictures, and there are in general very rare and difficult to detect. So shot boundary detection is the first steps towards the scene extraction in the videos, which is useful for the video content analysis and indexing. A shot is a video, is a sequence of frames taken continuously by the one camera. A common approach to detect the shot boundary consists of computing the similarity pairs of consecutive frames and marking the occurrence of the boundary where the similarity is lower than the sum threshold. The similarity that is measured globally, such as the histogram method we discussed, rectangular block, and previously luminance, color, age, texture, and SIFT that have been used to represent the individual frames. Next is the spatial segmentation. What is it? So spatial segmentation, that is the powerful tool that provides a concise representation of the high dimensional data and which can be helpful for identifying the region of interest for the downstream analysis, as we did in the image processing for dividing the image into the number of parts. Now this is the spatial segmentation for the motion videos. So this can be also useful for identifying the motion video as well as for the downstream analysis. Now in this object detection in the videos, how can we do or what is it? So video object detection, that is the task of detecting the objects from a video as opposed to images. Object tracking, how can be done? The object tracking in the video processing. So in the motion video, the object tracking, that is a consequent step in the process and is one of the important component of many vision systems. So this is the object tracking. What are the applications of this? So the numerous applications are there. That is the traffic control, human computer interaction, digital forensics, gesture recognition, augmented reality and the visual surveillance. These are the various applications for the video object detection and the tracking. Now, object detection is a computer vision technique that works to identify and locate objects within an image or the video. Specifically, the object detection that draws the bounding box around these detector objects, which allow us to locate where said objects are in a particular scene. So this is related to the last point of the video processing. So thank you very much everyone. Keep watching LGIET Electronics and Communication for more updates related to the video regarding the digital image and video processing. Thank you very much.